Hello there, thank you for joining me. I hope you're doing well. You should be doing better after you watch this review because I'm going to be talking about a movie that is very dear to my heart and consequently is amazing. This movie, if you couldn't tell by the title, is Terrorvision from 1986. So first I'm just going to talk about the basic plot line of Terrorvision, which is sort of difficult to explicate, but I will do my best. Basically, the synopsis goes something like this. There is this family, there's two parents, a daughter, sort of like a hair metal daughter, rocker daughter, and the primary or protagonist, who is a young kid. So there's this family, the Puttermans, and they get a new satellite system installed in their home, and somehow the satellite system gets this transition, or gets this, not transition, but gets this signal uh, from some distant planet someplace. And in this distant planet, or in this distant area in space, a civilization has been disposing of their garbage, and with garbage includes monsters. So somehow the satellite system that the Puttermans have intercepts this signal that this alien civilization is sending out, and the monster gets transmitted into the Putterman's satellite system and into their TV and then into their home. So the Puttermans then have to deal with this crazy monster which is roaming about their house, trying to eat them. And that's basically what the movie is about. So a little bit outlandish, of course, but it is 80s horror, so what can you expect? Alright, so now what I thought about this movie. First, I would like to preface this by saying that a good deal of the time when I'm really in love with a movie, and specifically like an 80s horror movie, I am in love with it due to a certain nostalgic connection that I have with it. So I might have watched the movie a lot when I was younger, and so when I'm older now, there's this kind of inherent nostalgic love going on, which makes me love the movie a lot more than I otherwise would have. But with Terrorvision, it's a bit different because I had never seen Terrorvision when I was younger. The first time I saw Terrorvision was about 6 years ago when I was, I don't know, early 20s. And even when I saw it then, I fell in love with it immediately. There was just something really endearing, endearingly cheesy, if you will, about this movie. Um, so the main thing that I liked about the movie, and I liked several things, but the primary thing that I liked was well, firstly, the absurdity of everything that was going on. You've got like the kids, at least the daughter and the daughter's boyfriend. They're like 80s rockers, so they've got this crazy hair and they've got the entire rocker getup, which is very comical, especially in this context. And then you've got these parents who are swingers, and while the monster is attempting to eat people in the house, the parents are engaging in this strange um, swing party with this other couple in this pool. And then later there ends up being some weird thing going on with the pool, and um, I th I don't remember exactly what happens, but I think someone gets eaten or possessed by one of the monsters, and there's all this weird goo and stuff in the pool. It's just really neat. And the monster himself, I'm in love with in this movie. He looks like a typical 80s monster in some way. He's kind of like this blob figure, uh, but he's somewhat identifiable too. He's not just a complete blob. He has this weird eye thing, and he has this huge mouth, and he's always really hungry, and he's making this weird engulfing noise. And throughout the movie, um, the kids, the son and the daughter, and the boyfriend are feeding him like these huge amounts of pizza and chips and all this junk food, and it's just really awesome. And the monster again is just roaming around, at times friendly, at other times really hostile toward people. And this movie just has everything that I love about horror. I'm a huge sucker for 80s cheese and for just really odd, strange looking monsters and just really absurd plot lines. And this movie had all of that. So if you like those kinds of things, I certainly think that you would love this movie, and I can't recommend it enough. In terms of ratings, I would give this. It depends on the rating system that I'm using, but if I'm doing this contextually and I'm rating this on the scale of 80s horror, this is like a 5. But outside of that, just in terms of sheer enjoyability, it's like a 4, 4.5 out of 5, something like that. Um, Another interesting tidbit to note about this movie, which is kind of funny, is that the boyfriend who the 80s rocker boyfriend who I mentioned is actually played by the uncle in Napoleon Dynamite. Um, this may have been one of his first roles. I'm not sure, but it was phenomenal. So if you do like Napoleon Dynamite, then him being in this movie might actually be enough for you to watch it. But otherwise, I definitely recommend checking it out. That's all I have to say, though. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.